This is the DJI Power 2000 Portable Power Station, a compact rectangular power hub with a clean, purposeful look and a reassuringly solid feel. It measures about 17.6 by 8.9 by 12.8 inches and weighs just under 48 pounds, so it's not feather light, but it's still manageable to move from the trunk to a campsite or a garage corner. The styling is simple and professional, which matches how it performs. From my experience, the build quality and the ultra-quiet fans tell you right away this is designed for real use, not just specs on a box. Key features you'll care about here are a 2048 watt-hour LFP battery, up to 3000 watt stable AC output at 120 volts, a claimed 0 to 80% recharge in about 55 minutes from the wall, a seamless UPS that switches in 10 milliseconds, and a generous set of 15 ports, including dual full SDC ports for DJI gear. It also supports expansion batteries up to 22.5 kilowatt hours if you want multi-day backup. That combination of capacity, high output, and fast top-up changes how I plan trips and how I handle outages at home. Let me break down what those numbers mean in plain terms. Watt hours, or WH, is fuel in the tank. With 2048 WH, you're looking at enough energy to run a typical laptop for days, a portable fridge for a long weekend, or a home router and lights through a rough night. Watt, or W, is how powerful the output is. At up to 3000 W continuous, this unit can run kettles, coffee makers, toasters, hair dryers, space heaters in moderation, or power tools like saws and drills. If you've ever had a smaller power station trip out when a device spikes, you'll appreciate how steady this one is. LFP stands for lithium iron phosphate, a safer battery chemistry that handles heat better, lasts for thousands of cycles, and is less prone to degradation. In my opinion, LFP is the right chemistry for a unit that might sit fully charged for weeks and then be pushed hard during a storm or a trip. Charging speed is a highlight. I can plug it into a regular wall outlet after a day out and see it jump from low to 80% in well under an hour. That short downtime matters more than I expected. When I'm packing for a weekend, I can top it off while I load the car. When I get home late, I can refill it before I go to bed without running the outlet all night. From my experience, that fast turnaround makes it feel like a dependable tool rather than something I have to baby and schedule around. Noise is another thing people worry about, especially if you're sleeping in an RV or a small cabin. The DJI Power 2000 runs as low as 30 decibels. That's a soft hum, easy to tune out. I've let it run a portable fridge overnight a few feet away, and it never got annoying. The fans ramped gently under heavier loads, but even then it was softer than a typical window AC or a countertop microwave. Safety is clearly a core theme. Along with LFP cells, the unit includes a smart BMS, which is the battery management system that keeps charging and discharging within safe limits. There's mention of a sub-nano protective coating and a flame retardant housing. Translating that, the internals are protected from moisture and corrosion better than usual, and the casing is designed to resist ignition. I've used it in damp conditions under a canopy during light rain without stress. I still keep electronics off the ground and covered, but the build inspires confidence. Ports are plentiful. I counted a wide spread of AC outlets, USB-C, USB-A, and those dual SDC ports that matter if you use DJI cameras or drones. If you don't own DJI gear, you'll still benefit from the mix of AC and USB outputs for phones, laptops, lights, and small appliances. If you do use DJI, those SDC ports mean faster, cleaner charging with the right cables. I use them for drone batteries to cut turnaround times during shoots. It's perfect for creators who want one box that powers everything from a laptop to a gimbal to drone packs without juggling a tangle of bricks. The UPS mode is another feature I rely on. UPS means uninterruptible power supply. You plug the power station into the wall, then plug your device into the station. If the grid drops, the unit switches to battery so quickly, rated at 10 milliseconds, that your gear keeps running. I run my home network this way. During a recent brownout, the modem and router didn't even blink. I also used it as a buffer for a desktop and a NAS during a short outage and avoided a messy shutdown. In my opinion, this alone makes it a solid home standby even if you never camp.
Let's talk real use. I've taken it on camping trips where it became the central hub for a group of 4. We ran a 12V fridge, charged phones and cameras, and used a small induction cooker for simple meals. The cooker is a demanding load, but the unit handled it smoothly and gave predictable runtime estimates. When the sun popped out, I topped up with AC at a nearby lodge for an hour, and we were set for the evening. At home, I tested power-hungry appliances out of curiosity. A 1,500-watt kettle boiled water exactly like it would on mains. A hairdryer worked on high. A toaster and a drip coffee maker ran together for breakfast without tripping anything. That's the sort of flexibility that turns a power station from a niche toy into a practical tool.
If you're new to power stations, a few basics help. High wattage devices like heaters and kettles drain any battery faster. The physics are straightforward. Plan your mix of loads and give yourself headroom. Keep the unit ventilated so it can cool itself. Top it off monthly if you store it for emergencies. Treat it like a small generator without the fumes, and you'll get the best life out of it. From my experience, staying between 20% and 90% day-to-day is a good habit, and then charge to 100% when you know you need the max. There are a few trade-offs to think about. At nearly 48 pounds, this is a carry from car to camp product, not a backpack for miles option. That's normal for 2 kilowatt-hour units, but it's worth knowing. The included cable is AC power, and that's all you really need to start. Though if you want to use the SDC ports with DJI gear, budget for the proper cables. Also, 120-volt output means this is aimed at North American use. If you travel abroad, check voltage compatibility for your devices and local plugs. In my opinion, the value of the DJI Power 2000 sits in 3 pillars. The first is speed. It recharges so quickly that I don't have to plan my day around it. The second is capability. 3000W continuous output covers almost anything I'd reasonably plug into a portable unit. The third is ecosystem. Those SDC ports make my DJI workflow cleaner and faster. If you're not in that ecosystem, you still get a strong all-arounder. If you are, it feels tailored. It's perfect for car campers, RV owners, content creators, DIYers working off-grid, and households that want a quiet, clean backup without dealing with fuel. I used it to power tools during a patio project where running extension cords was a pain. I've run a projector and speakers for an outdoor movie night. I've kept a small fridge cold through a storm. Every time, the user experience was consistent. Plug in, glance at the display to see usage and remaining time, and forget about it. From my experience, the only moments I paused were around transport and storage. It's compact for its class, but it's still a box that deserves a dedicated spot. I set aside a low shelf in the garage near an outlet so it can live plugged in and act as a UPS for the network gear above it. When it's road trip time, I slide it into the trunk first and pack around it. That routine keeps things simple. I'd recommend this for anyone who needs serious capability in a single unit and values fast charging and quiet operation. If you're deep into DJI drones or cameras, the dual SDC ports are a major plus. If your needs are casual and you only ever charge phones and a laptop, you could get away with something smaller. But if you've dealt with smaller power stations stalling on kitchen appliances or tools, stepping up to this capacity and output is worth it. In conclusion, the DJI Power 2000 portable power station nails the fundamentals that matter day to day. High usable capacity, strong and stable output, quick refills from a wall outlet, quiet cooling, and thoughtful safety features. It scales with expansion batteries if your needs grow, yet it works great on its own as a weekend mover and a home fallback. The feature set feels practical rather than flashy, and the performance backs it up. If you've been waiting for a unit that can live both in your home and in your car without compromise, this one deserves a serious look. I will post full information about the DJI Power 2000 portable power station in the comments section. See you in the following videos.